How do you get the point, bitch? Nigga talk shit now. Yo, if there was a war that I would be in the infantry. It's a bad boy thing. My dad, before, like, I had to kick him out. Like, I'm a grown ass woman, and his last 2 years of his life, he went upstate and lived with my brother because I told him, I was like, yo, Dad, you gotta get the fuck out. All right, so Tiff, you gotta go get help. You need therapy. You're depressed. You're all this shit. And I listened. I went. Well, this motherfucker slept on my living room floor. And I'd be like, yo, Dad, I talked to my therapist about you, and she agrees with me that you're showing clear signs of depression. And he'd be like, no, back in Vietnam, I used to sleep on the fucking ground with my shoes as my pillow. I'm like, you're not in fucking Vietnam, Dad. Like, the shit that I would have to go through with my dad sometimes. And I'm like, yo, Dad, it's 2022. It's not fucking, like, Vietnam has been done for a very long time. Like, you fucking committed a crime with American Express and everything after that. Like, you've been chilling. The fuck you talking about? Like, so my family is weird with, like, we treat the men like they're babies, and the women get look like they have to do the hard work. Used to tell my dad I should have been my brother. I should have been born the boy, because my brother, oh, Chris gets on my fucking nerves so bad. Everybody hates Chris. Everybody hates Chris, for real. I can't stand my little brother Chris. Like, he and I have the same dad out of me and 5 other siblings. Like, we have different fathers, the other ones. And Chris and I, we got the same eye color. We got the same fucking mole on our chin. Like, when we were growing up, wherever Chris went, I went. Like, we were on probation at the same time. Our probation officer used to tell us that we were as thick as thieves. And, like, I still didn't understand. I don't know what the fuck that means. Like, I just know that Chris and I could be in the same room on separate fucking ends and hear something and look at each other and be like, we were in sync. And then what tore Chris and I apart was fucking heroin. And I have been off that shit for 4 years. Like, when COVID hit, I got off that shit. And did I do it perfectly since then? No, I have dibbled and dabbled with the bullshit. I'm not gonna front, because I like a good bag of dope. But it's not real fucking heroin anymore. It's fentanyl. And I don't like that shit. Like, I'm not one of those people that I've OD'd 20 times and I don't know why I'm still here. I hate those people. Like, those people get on my fucking nerves. I fucking OD like I think 3 times, and I was like, all right, no mas. Mm, it's not for me anymore. And plus, my ex told me, he was like, bitch, in the South Bronx, they don't give a fuck about bitches like you. I called the EMT and, like, they didn't come. They came, like, fucking an hour later when I would have been dead. Like, my ex, my kid's father, he doesn't do hard drugs. Like, he was a very, very, very bad fucking crack dealer. And why do I say that? Because every time you sold crack, you got fucking caught. But I have a theory, and he tells me I'm wrong, but I don't give a fuck. I don't understand how certain individuals stay outside on the same fucking block while my man always had to go up top. They stayed outside playing. But even if I'm fucking right about that, which I'm pretty sure I am. Oh, look, my phone just fucking vibrated as I said that. Like, yes, you're right. Told him, like, yo, babe, you suck at selling rocks. Why don't you just get a 9 to 5 or go with my dad to work? And I figured, like, him going with my dad to work, he would, like, look at my dad as an example and take suit. But that's not what happened. You gotta understand, me and my kid's ex, there's a 5 year age difference, and he's 5 years younger than I am. And God forgive me for fucking saying this, but heroin made that relationship possible. If I wasn't on fucking heroin, I would not have given him the time of day. And then I ended up getting pregnant with my daughter, and I was stupid. I was fucking stupid. I was so fucking stupid. I was like, yes, we're gonna have a family and everything's gonna be. I was stupid. But the first 3 years of me and my daughter together, and I talk to her all the time now, like through text messaging and shit, but it's not the same as like the time that I missed out from fucking drugs. Alright, like, I'll get into my story one day deeper. It's just, I feel really fucking shameful and guilty for the way my parenthood has turned out. I would have never in a fucking million years ever said that this shit is my reality right now. But it is. And I would like to say I accept it, but the truth is I fucking still don't. And I really need to learn how to, because it eats at me every day. And I don't only have a daughter, I have a son as well who looks just like me. And his name is Rocky. And I got pregnant with him right after I almost died. So there is a 7 year difference between my children, and they have the same father, which I think is extremely important to say in today's society. But With that being said, I also want to add in there that we have gotten told many times by a few family members that if we didn't do shit right, at least we had two kids right. Like we did good with having our kids. Because my kids are fucking beautiful. Like, you guys did a good job with making your kids. Didn't do anything else right. Fucking people and the shit they say, man. They said it too right in front of my daughter. She was a baby at the time, but still, I should have said something like, God, her ears, guys, shut the fuck up. Don't let her know. No. You know something, even though like I've missed out on time with my daughter, like I know that I'm a good mom because as soon as that little girl sees me, her eyes just light the fuck up there. And I do too. Like there's just something about me and my daughter, like she's the shit. I used to have this thing with her. I'd be like, yo, Nay, who's the best? And she would just look at me. I'd be like, you're supposed to say I am. So I would ask her all the time, like, Nay, who's the best? She'd be like, I am. I wanted her to be confident in like everything that I fucking wasn't. Like I growing up was shy. I would hide behind my mom. And then I realized like I was really fucking terrified of my mom. That's why like I was so insecure and like to myself growing up. My mom is a fucking whack job. I'm not exaggerating either. Like people always think I'm fucking lying about this shit. Like Tiff, she's not that bad. I'm like, yo, she really is, and you should run for your fucking life. And they don't listen to me. And then she always ends up doing the shit that I say that she's gonna do. And they look at me like with their heads down and they can't look at me anymore. It's a shame because you know I kind of like these people, but at the same time, like stupid. I try to tell you. Bitch is a fucking lunatic. And as her child, it's embarrassing for me to say the shit, but I have to tell people like, yo, ooh, I witnessed this bitch on the phone having the same fucking story told, telling it differently to the same person, like, or telling it semi differently to other people. My mom is a fucking whack job. She switches her stories up to like accommodate whoever the fuck she's talking to at the time and place. She's also a person that will call, like if you're making money on the fucking sly, don't let her know. Don't. Mm-mm. It's that situation with the illegal immigrants and shit. Who hired an illegal immigrant? That's my mom. Well, did you suck his dick or not, illegal bitch? No. Anyway, the, I would tell that bitch she's getting deported. Suck my dick. Can you imagine if she did everything like sexually and she still gets deported because she sucks in bed? Anyway, how's that for sexual harassment class? Um, so my mother, she's an embarrassing fucking person, and like everybody that meets her has probably thought about fucking killing her before. I know at least my stepdad and my dad did. I came home one day and my dad and my stepdad were outside smoking a joint and I was going back there to smoke a blunt. And I was like, oh shit, what's up, guys? And they're smoking and I just lit my shit and I'm standing there and we're all quiet and I'm like, she comes in the house. We heard her come in the house yelling and shit. And I was just like, Have you guys ever thought about, and they were like, yes, and it's just not worth it, and they stopped me mid fucking sentence from finishing it because we were all thinking the same thing as she was in her rage. Somebody needs to shut her the fuck up. But yeah, definitely not worth it. I think that's why I like OJ Simpson so much. Because he got away with killing fucking Nicole. He did it. Come on, man. Like, I'm not mad about it. Everybody's gonna die sometime. Like, and I got my theory about why it fucking went down the way it did. But that shit with the reporter when he came out with the banana acting like it was a fucking knife. I think I'm the only white woman that laughed at that shit. Open that shit up. Let me get a bite. Anyway, um, is it just me or does Khloe Kardashian look like his daughter? Same cheekbones and everything. Yeah, so my theory about it, I've said it in one of my videos before. I think that Ron Goldman wasn't completely gay. And that, like, him and Nicole were doing, like, sexual things together. And OJ caught them and killed them both. And now that this fucking Bruce Jenner, fucking Caitlyn, what the fuck ever, Vanity Fair magazine needs to go in the fucking garbage can forever to put Woman as a Year. How the fuck? You saw that shit? Like 2015 Woman of the Year is that fucking freakazoid, um, Bruce Jenner, an Olympic athlete, turned into a big vagina. A big fake vagina. It's kind of like a vagina. They call it a vagina, but God didn't make it, so it's not a vagina. I'm gonna keep saying shit like that to piss people off. That has got to get through. Like, we need to bring Mr. Rogers back. Mr. Rogers used to talk about how it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. He would talk about to be a mom or a dad, you gotta be a man or a woman. That's it. You're a little girl or you're a little boy. And if you're a little boy, you're gonna grow up to be a man. And if you're a little girl, you're gonna grow up to be a woman. That's it. None of this bullshit. You don't fucking like it. That's too bad. The fuck? You want to have a surgery to go get your shit changed? Guess what? We're locking you up in a psych ward. That's not right. Not right. Use fucking apparatuses or whatever. Like, but surgeries? People doing this shit? Yo, let me tell y'all a true fucking story. So, I used to work for this doctor. He was an internal medicine doctor. Little short Hungarian fuck. Arrogant. But on his shit. Like, that's why he could be so arrogant. Because he knew what he was talking about. But nonetheless, the office manager there, gay woman, who is married to a Catholic school teacher. And every time, like, the Catholic school teacher family would come to visit them in their home, like, my office manager would fucking be complaining because she wasn't able to sleep in her bed when they visited. She had to go sleep in another room and act like they were roommates and they weren't, like, fucking lovers. And I was like, yo, are you serious? Like, that's how you're living your life? And I asked her, I'm like, yo, really? Like, they don't know that y'all are two fucking dykes? Like, you could tell they were. You could tell they were. And like she would say it too, like, you know, you could tell she was like a fucking short hair. She's a fucking dyke, god damn it. Like you could tell a dyke sometimes. Like anyway, the one that was questionable was the Catholic school teacher. But you see what I'm saying? Catholic school teacher, fucking dyke teacher, and like when her parents and her family comes to visit for real, she acts like she's not a fucking dyke. She acts like her lover is her roommate. Catholic school teacher. Swear to God, on everything I love. See, that's why I can't get G with religion. Can't get jiggy with it. Oh God, body people, assalamu alaikum. I'ma always eat bacon. Fuck out of here, bro. I'm not knocking nobody's shit. I'm respectful. I let people do their thing. But I think fucking religion is evil. At least over here in America. You know, so many churches cover up for fucking pedophiles over here. Like, that's not what church is fucking for. Like, I hope y'all know that the devil's pitchfork was made for people like y'all fucking using religion to cover up pedophilia. See, I could spend the rest of my life killing people like that off. Like, I would fucking, if I go to jail ever in my life and I have to serve my rest of my life in prison, like, I'll become a fucking serial killer killing people like that off. Pedophiles and people that hurt kids. People like my mom. My mom is fucking evil, y'all. The heebie-jeebies. She's so evil that when she would call here, this is my grandma's house on my dad's side. Hence my dad sleeping on the floor like he's back in fucking Vietnam. This nigga was sleeping on fucking 2 couch cushions on the floor. Like, yo, Dad, give me a cigarette. Tiff, go to the store and get your own. Go in the fucking room and get in bed like you. Like, you got some goddamn sense, Dad. Give me a fucking cigarette. Go to the store in a little while. Fucking asshole kids of mine. No, I'm like, you better go to the store and get more. I only got one left, Tiff. All right. Yo, when I got caught smoking cigarettes by my mom, she didn't know what to do. She called my dad. My dad, I thought I was going to get in trouble by him. He's just like, so, what brand was it? I was like, what? He was like, yeah, what brand was it? Was it a Marlboro? I was like, no, it was a Newport. Smoked Tim's. He's like, ah. He's like, I thought you would have been a Marlboro girl like your dad, Tiff. I wasn't in trouble for smoking at all. Great parents. Now, my mom doesn't smoke cigarettes, but I really, really wish she would so she could fucking die. But my soldier smoked instead. And my soldier's dead. My dad said that he fell in love with my mom at first sight on everything I fucking love. I swear to God. And I said, Dad, at first sight, what did she say or do to get you to be like, that's the one? And he was like, nah, Tiff, she wasn't there. I saw her in a picture. I was like, in a fucking picture dead. No wonder why the shit didn't work out. I saw her in a picture. Now this is really fucked up, but a true story on everything. My older sister, my mom was married to her father, which was her high school sweetheart. And my mom claims to have got pregnant the first time she had sex, which I don't believe that shit because my mom's a fucking liar. But whatever, the hoe might be telling the truth right there, but I doubt it. Anyway, my sister, which looks just like her daddy, my dad and him were best friends in the army. And I'm like, this is why I can't do friends. But my dad said that they were best friends in the army. And my mom and my dad end up getting together. And I'm just saying, no wonder why everybody fucking hates me. Like, I'm the reason why it was confirmed that the shit was over between my mom's high school sweetheart and my sister's father. And like, my dad totally fucking stole my dumbass mom from my sister's dad. And like, my dad fucked up too. And my mom did some whole shit. Let's just be honest. Like, she was married with a child, and my dad was his best friend. These are the people I grew up around. This is why I'd rather just be by my motherfucking self. I don't trust people. I don't move like that, y'all. I really, I don't. I can't. I never fucking did. If I grew up in North Carolina when I was a kid, and my favorite thing to do was go outside and catch frogs, because I would bring them home and throw them on my sister, and like that bitch deserved it, because she was fucking evil to me growing up, like. But I understand why now, like. I grew up as the middle child for a long time. And then when I was 14, my mom had my little brother Andrew, which just died. He just died a couple years ago from a fucking fentanyl overdose. But his father, which is Tim, the day I met him, I was like 11. He came to my apartment. He was like pursuing my mom. He came on the porch. He threw his Newports on the table on the porch, and I grabbed them and I opened up the pack and I took one out and I lit it up. And yes, I was 11. And I did this shit like a grown up. And I was like, why are you with my mom? And he was like, and I'm like, no, for real. Why are you with her? Like, you shouldn't be with her. You should go find somebody else. And it's not that I was like hating on him or anything like that. I thought he was cool. Just I knew my mom was crazy, and it's just like Tim was a bachelor. He was like fucking, I don't know, like 7 years younger than my mom. She had 3 kids. He had none. Like, even at 11, I was like, nigga, what? Anyway, he took the cigarette out of my hand, put it in the ashtray, and put it out. And I picked up his pack and fucking lit up a second one and was like, yo, for real, why are you with her? She's fucking crazy. You're gonna regret this one day. I promise you. And I know, yo, They say I look like my mom too, which is not true. I look so much fucking better than she does. we, we got slight similarities, but like we could also go for like, bitch, I don't know you at all. What are you talking about? But my stepdad said to me one time, he's like, "Yo, you look just like your mom," and I was like that was the last time I fucking saw Tim. I was like, I don't know. Andrew was 16, Nate was 3. I don't know. I had to be like 29, some shit like that. But that was a wrap for me. I was like, yo, you're not gonna compare me to that dumbass hoe, cause like I'm nothing like her. But real G shit, I told you it was gonna regret it. No. Anyway, my little brother Andrew passed away from a fentanyl overdose. And they're trying to say it's fucking manslaughter. I'm like, yeah, nigga, whatever.